powerful. He's so vicious. Like his one-punch power at 135 is like nobody else's in the division. Like the way he starches people is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets so much torque and power into his punches, and he's so fast that he covers ground and his uppercuts, they're just devastating.
Yeah, for sure. I think I can stop. I'm much quicker than him. He's much stronger, much bigger, but we just gotta wait and see until we get in there and test the waters.
Joe Rogan appeared visibly surprised when Gervonta Davis entered the press setting ahead of his exhibition match with Jake Paul. Instead of the sleek, compact figure fans are accustomed to seeing, Davis looked more solidly built, his frame showing more bulk and definition than usual. Rogan, familiar with top-level athletes in peak condition, expressed a genuine note of astonishment, the kind of reaction one gives when something exceeds even high expectations.
I am a Gervonta fan. I
Yeah.
think that guy is so unusual. His style's so unusual, and his patience.
The Leo Santa Cruz fight was really something for me because Leo Santa Cruz is a technician, Mexican style, and the fight was very close before Tank stopped him. But he has that power that can end it.
He finds these openings, and
Yeah.
he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's
Right.
so patient. Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he probably has the lowest punch count in the early round. But he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he can crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence.
During the subsequent face-off, Davis appeared to intentionally downplay his physical presence. Rather than showing off his muscles or posing aggressively, he maintained a calm posture, often keeping his arms across his torso or shifting his stance slightly to obscure a full view. The subtle positioning seemed deliberate, possibly to draw less attention to his added size or to conceal just how much he is transformed. Still, despite his cautious stance, the change was unmistakable. Joe Rogan points out that Jake Paul's actions are driven more by promotion than competition. He explains that such fights are designed to attract casual viewers and stir curiosity by featuring unusual matchups. According to Rogan, the talk of betting and the spectacle surrounding these bouts focus less on sporting credibility and more on generating attention. He believes Jake understands how to keep his name relevant, using boxing as a promotional tool even when the fights themselves lack traditional merit.
Jake Paul promoting it. You know, it's just like,
but
doesn't bother me.
there's compromising the sport, and that's like bad. It's just like
If I bet on it, it
watching
bothers
it
the
is
fuck out
hard.
of me.
Watching it with
Yeah.
people who are so in on it, and then also man, the sports betting apps, they introduced like chat apps in them in Australia, so it's like
Yeah.
they're trying to take the place of social media companies where you go together and you meet your friend. Like betting should be exciting enough without having a weird.
They're just trying to draw you
Parasocial
in.
thing.
They're just trying to make money, right? So they're trying to draw you in any way they can.
Yeah.
Davis is a lightweight champion, generally competing around 135 pounds, while Jake Paul has fought much closer to the cruiserweight limit in his previous matches. For this particular event, the agreed catchweight stands at 195 pounds, a surprising figure for many, only confirmed after considerable discussion and negotiation.
We were yelling so much about him fighting someone, fight somebody your size. His next opponent is, by far, the most credentialed guy ever fought actively in his prime. There's one problem. He fights at 135 pounds. He fights at 135 pounds.
Because of the evident size difference, the rules for this exhibition fight are unconventional. For instance, both boxers will wear 12-ounce gloves, heavier than the ones Davis typically uses in his weight class.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Tank might be too small. Oh, so Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. What do you think? Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. His body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head high. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul's good.
His trainer, Calvin Ford, has voiced concerns regarding this change, noting that while heavier gloves can slightly reduce the damage inflicted, they also alter the feeling of punches and affect defensive techniques and structure.
Third is, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake. He fights in 10s. Tank fighting 8s, so he losing 4 ounces. So my thing is, I said, they said, put Tank in 8s, put him in 10s. That makes the fight more interesting. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there because I understand. And I brought that question up to one of his handlers. They was, no, we don't want to do no mixed match. It's supposed to be expedition. What, now y'all want the wins and the loss. You know what I'm saying? All these prescriptions, but you want to be great. Being great is really pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? Tank don't really care, So when I brought this up, he said, dang, facts. You know what I'm saying? So, again, he can wait at 10s and we wait at 8s. Then we got to fight.
Teddy Atlas reacts to the face-off between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, emphasizing the massive size difference. He jokes that Tank is so small compared to Jake that he'd need a ladder just to reach Jake's chin. While Atlas acknowledges that skill and style differences are natural in boxing, he insists that in this case, the size gap is simply too extreme.
They should also have like the size of the ring, the size of the glove, all that stuff. Particulars should be in the contract, but I would probably look for one thing that is not the common thing to have in a contract if I'm Tank. A ladder. A ladder. Can I get a ladder? Somebody? You know what I mean? Hey, look, if he hits him on the chin the way he can punch, Jake might be doing a dance. You know what I mean? Not voluntarily either. But we'll get into that more later. The thing that I'm talking about right here is what you said. It was stark. The size difference was really, you couldn't ignore it. We understand the talent difference, the experience difference. We understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo, but a little different. The size difference was, it was eye-catching, jaw-dropping, and it made me think. And I'm going to ask Richie, our man here who's doing all the taping, who does such a marvelous job. I'm going to ask him because I know he's an expert in this area. But it reminded me of one of the Rocky movies where they had the face, where they did the wrestling thing with Rocky and Hulk Hogan, a.k.a. Thunderlips. It was Thunderlips back there. And I thought I had it right, and it was confirmed to me. It's Rocky III.
He compares it to Canelo Alvarez moving out to fight Terence Crawford, but points out that Crawford was never that undersized, whereas Tank is physically too small to reach Jake effectively. This, Atlas says, makes the fight look mismatched from the start. Fans, media, and analysts have raised concerns about the fairness and safety of the matchup given the size disparity. The controversy goes beyond Davis himself, sparking debates over how the fight is being presented, whether it prioritizes safety, and what precedent it sets for future exhibition or celebrity-style bouts. Joe Rogan is among those who call it an unusual and risky move for the sport of boxing.
When he weighed in for Mike Tyson was 227 pounds. That is, if I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference. It's insane. That is called one thing. That's called being a bull.
Dana White has been vocal about his skepticism toward the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight. He criticized Paul for picking smaller opponents, arguing that he should face someone closer to his weight. White even compared Davis to Floyd Mayweather in punching ability, saying Davis hits harder but remains too small, adding that Paul could use his size to smother him. White bluntly stated, "You guys need to fight opponents your own size."
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he's very explosive. He's very explosive, man. He be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power. So much confidence in his power.
You know, he just, in his mind, he know it's a matter of time before I catch you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Tank, you know, these fighters. You got to be aware 15 rounds. I know you're going 12, but you got to think you're going 3 more, because one slip, one mistake, and it's over.
Yeah.
You know, so hats off to Tank. You know, he's a great, talented fighter. But again, he haven't faced the top elite fighters in his division.
Right.
You know, so we want to see Tank against, you know, somebody his size, you know, at the elite level.
Yeah.
And I believe he'll do good, because, you know, he got the skills, the power, he got the ring IQ to do good. But we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he's also wild. He's a wild fella, so he's fun to watch. You know, he's just a crazy dude. You know?
Yeah, coming from Baltimore, man, I think that's just his upbringing as well.
Yes, for sure. He's just so unique in his approach. Like, you know, he doesn't fight like anybody else.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan has repeatedly expressed admiration for Davis's skills and rise in boxing. After Davis knocked out Rolando Romero, Rogan hailed him as an emerging superstar, praising his combination of power and style. He also spoke after Davis's win over Ryan Garcia, describing Davis's ring presence as intimidating and highlighting his quiet but dangerous composure. Rogan noted that Davis may begin fights cautiously, but the constant threat of knockout power always lingers.
And Garcia won, where Gervonta Davis caught him with that left hook to the body. People were saying that he quit.
No.
He never been hit in the liver. Oscar De La Hoya quit the same way with Bernard Hopkins.
With the same thing.
Same body shot.
Same
left
body shot. And he tried to come, and he tried to take a step out that corner, and not the front of his foot even moved. He just went down. He's like, man, this is it.
And if you get kicked to the body.
Oh
my God. A kick to the body is so goddamn devastating, especially a spinning back kick. You could literally pick someone up in the air. It's like they get hit by a car.
Any kick.
Yeah.
To that.
It's really something to see a kid who has nothing, born into extreme poverty, become a world champion, like Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
It's an inspiring story.
It is, and it's great for everyone because it gives you fuel. Like, for a person who's coming up in life, even if you're not a fighter, you see what someone's gone through, and you see the success that hard work has created.
Right.
And it can be a roadmap for your own.
There is increasing evidence that Davis intends to retire following his exhibition bout with Jake Paul, with financial stability being the main motivation. Tank has openly voiced frustration with boxing, calling the sport dead and criticizing its lack of loyalty. His trainer, Calvin Ford, confirmed that Tank chose the Paul fight over competitive rematches because the payday was far more lucrative. Beyond money, Davis appears worn down by the physical, emotional, and mental toll of boxing. His recent remarks suggest he's ready to step away, indicating that this may be his final appearance, as he wishes to focus on family and life beyond the ring.
Band for band on what you make. Again, there's nothing wrong with Tank going to get his money, but let's all be clear that that's all the fight is for Tank. He's telling you without telling you that he's fighting Jake just because he's getting $40 million. So when we talk about boxing being dead, Tank has to line up at the front of the line. I can't blame him, but don't throw around, oh, boxing's dead and people switch sides and all of that. You chose not to be great. That's it. You chose not to be great. Stuff like that, choices like that will kill boxing. For sure. On a competitive level, it won't kill it on a business level. On a business level, until people run out of interest in these kind of matchups, it'll do well. On a competitive level, choosing not to fight the best will kill the sport. So maybe it's better if people like Tank aren't in the sport. And I don't even say that because I want that to be the case. I think Tank is ridiculously talented, but you can't want a fighter to fight more than what they want to. You can't. Tank fans or Tank people that like Tank and think he's one of the best, you can't want it for him. And then Shakur came back with, that's how I know you soft. I can't even go back and forth with you soft ass. You rather pop to me on social media than get in that fire and get embarrassed. I get it. peace and blessings upon you, cuz. He says, the people got you chest out so bad. You talking like you a killer, forgetting that you the one that runs, bitch. I'll be bring the fight to you. This dude, a made-up character. Quote, blessings upon you. Clown-ass dude, wanna be Kevin Gates. Oh my goodness. I mean, here's the thing though. You can't say that stuff about Shakur if you're not willing to fight him. This is the point I think that we're going to come to today, is that Tank can say all this stuff he wants, but if you're not willing to fight Shakur, then none of it means anything anymore. Even if you believe that Tank is going to knock him out, even if you believe that Shakur's a runner, or that he's not in the trenches, or he's not a boxer that's willing to bring the fight, or whatever, none of it matters. You're talking from the sideline because you won't fight.
Actor and martial artist Michael Jai White also shared his thoughts, arguing that Jake Paul, no matter the hype or performance, can never be considered a legitimate boxing champion. White stressed the difference between exhibition or crossover events and sanctioned championship fights recognized by major boxing bodies. His remarks reflect a broader belief among professionals and purists that Paul's bouts serve more as entertainment than genuine sporting contests, reinforcing skepticism around their authenticity.
Do you think that Jake Paul could win a legitimate boxing title?
No, no, because he's so far behind someone of his equal age who's been doing it for a very long time. He started very late. That's why I applaud exactly what he's doing. I think he should be doing exactly what he's doing. If he fought a legitimate, top 10 cruiserweight, I will shut the f up. If he's able to fight an actual contender of the top 10, that would be astonishing if he can get to that point. If he beat anybody in the top 10, that would be, to me, the greatest thing he's ever accomplished.
Yeah, because historically he's fought old men.
I think he's done it the right way, because there's a possibility where a 50-year-old Anderson Silva might be able to beat him. Who thought he was going to beat Tyson? I really thought, oh, Tyson's just going to go to the body and just punish his body, because I thought that that's what would win him thing, but he did not do that. I think it makes for a good matchup. He's made for great spectacle.
Do you think Jake Paul could win a legitimate boxing title? No, not at all. He's far behind fighters his age who've trained for years. He started late, which is why I respect what he's doing now. He's taking the right path. If he ever fought a top 10 cruiserweight contender, I'd be amazed. If he actually beat one, that would be his greatest accomplishment yet. Historically, he's fought older opponents. Still, I think he's gone about it the right way. After all, there's always a chance that even a 50-year-old like Anderson Silva could surprise him. I once thought Tyson would crush him by attacking the body, but that didn't happen. In the end, Jake creates compelling spectacles, and that's what keeps fans watching.
Do we think the fight is ridiculous between you and Jake Paul? Yes. Are we gonna watch it? Yeah. Do we like it? Maybe. Maybe. And let me tell you why it's maybe, why it's not no, why it's not yes. It's maybe because many of us, we just don't believe it. We just don't believe the fight is real. We know it's an exhibition, but we just don't believe that you two are going to try to take each other's heads off. Other than that, it's kind of interesting. You have a 5'5" lightweight versus a heavyweight Jake Paul, who's really not a boxer with an amateur background and all that shit, but he's been knocking people out. It's kind of interesting if we know y'all were trying to knock each other's heads.
Commentator Showbiz also acknowledged that despite the odd nature of this matchup, public intrigue will guarantee huge viewership. Tank's remarks about possibly retiring have stirred uncertainty about whether the fight will happen. Meanwhile, ongoing social media tension between Tank and Shakur Stevenson on X has fueled speculation, with both trading sharp words about each other's abilities. This drama adds extra suspense to the boxing scene, merging entertainment with genuine competitive curiosity.
Look at how Tank started acting after he made $40 million with Ryan. When he make another $40+ million with Jake,
he's gonna go make $40 million fighting Jake Paul, and then he's gonna come back and fight Lamont Rowe for what? He's gonna come back and fight Shakur Stevenson for what? He's not gonna fight none of those guys.
No, the only way he fight any of them guys, Turkey gonna have to hit him with the Crawford money. Cause that's the thing, you do this for a reason, bro. Like, I get it, you want him to be competitive, but his goal is money. He made 40 with Ryan plus everything in between. Now he get this 40, 50 million plus. He don't even gotta fight no more. So now if you want him to fight Shakur, give me that Canelo money.
Many analysts claim that Gervonta Davis's recent fights focus less on legacy and more on financial reward. They argue that his bout with Jake Paul proves this shift, as Davis appears motivated by payout rather than prestige. To entice him into facing top-tier opponents like Shakur Stevenson or Lamont Roach, promoters would have to offer massive sums comparable to Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford-level purses. Analysts believe money has now become Davis's primary driving force, outweighing the pursuit of traditional boxing glory.
Gervonta, a lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the Roach rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? And can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care what they think? When y'all switch every. Somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
However, Tank Davis responded angrily to fans questioning whether he's avoiding elite fighters like Shakur Stevenson. He stated that he doesn't care about public opinion, emphasizing that fans are fickle and quick to turn on fighters after a single poor performance. Tank reaffirmed that his focus is on his own career goals, not on appeasing critics or satisfying every demand from fans.